So let us learn how to find out profit maximizing price, quantity, and how to find out the elasticity of demand. The question is, a firm has a demand and total cost function given us as demand function is P is equal to 300 minus Q. P is the price, Q is the output, and cost function is, which is total cost function, 800 plus 2Q, where Q denotes the output. We need to find out the price, quantity, and elasticity of demand at which profit is maximized. Okay, so we are being given the demand function here. Okay, so for profit maximization, as we know, marginal revenue should be equal to marginal cost. I have told you in number of videos, this condition must hold for any market, whether it is perfect competition or imperfect competition, because in perfect competition marginal revenue is equal to price. Okay, so having said that, so for profit maximization, marginal revenue should be equal to marginal cost. So first we need to find out the total revenue to find out the marginal revenue. Total revenue is simply price into output. So price function is 300 minus Q. To this we multiply by output, so we will get 300 Q minus Q square. This is our total revenue. Now marginal revenue is simply the change in the total revenue due to the change in the output. That is the derivative of this total revenue function with respect to Q. Derivative of Q in the first term is 1, so we are left with 300, and derivative of Q square is 2Q. So this is our marginal revenue function. Now what is marginal cost? Marginal cost is the change in the total cost due to the change in the output. That is the derivative of cost function with respect to Q. Since this is total cost function, derivative of a constant is 0, derivative of Q is 1, so we are left with 2. Now we equate marginal revenue with marginal cost for profit maximization. Okay, marginal cost, marginal revenue is 300 minus 2Q, and we equate with the marginal cost, which is 2. So transpose, we get 2Q is equal to 300 minus 2, which is equal to 298. Dividing both sides by 2, we will get profit maximizing quantity as, so 2 ones are 2, 2 nines are 18, and 2 nines are, sorry, 2 ones are 2, 2 fours are 8, 2 nines are 80. So profit maximizing quantity will be 149 units. Okay, so I can draw the graph here also. So let us draw the graph. We have the output on the horizontal axis, price on the vertical axis. We have downward demanding. This is our average revenue function also. Okay, price is in fact the average revenue. Then we have marginal revenue, which has same slope of 300, but its slope is twice that of the average revenue function. This is our marginal revenue function. Marginal cost is 2, which is constant. Let us suppose this is our marginal cost function. Now profit is maximized where marginal revenue and marginal cost functions intersect. At this point we got the equilibrium quantity as 149. Now to find out the equilibrium price, plug Q is equal to 149 in the demand function, so P will be equal to 300 minus 149, so price will be equal to 151. Equilibrium price, corresponding equilibrium price is 151. Okay, so we got equilibrium price, equilibrium quantity. What we need to do to find out the elasticity of demand? To find out the elasticity of demand, we solve the given function for quantity. So we have the inverse demand function. Let us solve it for Q. Transpose Q to LHS, it becomes positive Q. Then we have 300, and transpose this here, it becomes negative P. Now elasticity of demand, as we know, it is simply the change in the quantity demanded due to the change in the price into price upon quantity demanded at that very price. So elasticity of demand will be equal to dq upon dp, the derivative of this function with respect to price. Derivative of a constant is 0, derivative of p is 1, so we are left with negative 1 times what is price? Price we have found out, it is 151, and quantity is 149, which is equal to negative 151 upon 149. So it will come out to be negative 1 point something, because 151 is numerator which is greater than denominator, so 149 ones are 149, I think it is so 1.0 something. This is our If I write it in absolute form, so elasticity of demand will be equal to negative 1.03, which is equal to 1.03. So it simply tells us if price increases by 1%, quantity demanded will decrease by 1.03%.